What's up, everybody? This is another edition of Before You Weekend. We're on Before You Weekend 8. And as you know, I am not alone. But before we get to the introductions, please remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. And we're going to get quite saucy because with us today is the Honorable Ellen, who just has no form of self-control. She will say whatever,
I try. Okay. I said this morning. So
You said your what?
my prayers this morning.
Is that how you pray?
But
I'm a piano
it's
dancer.
been a while. Hey, it's been a while. But I'm gonna be good today.
Okay. And with us today, we have a platinum recording artist all the way from the Eastern Cape, Zikhona.
Thank you.
You know what's funny with our story in the way we met? I think it was within the 5 minutes of us talking, I was really on your case about how you work your brand.
Yeah, we actually met on set, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was actually...
No, we actually met off the church through a mutual friend. And I asked you, why are you waiting for bookings? And I addressed you.
Oh, yeah. But we got to speak in depth when we were shooting something for a YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's ideas are I don't know what he eats every day. But his juices were just flowing. And I'm I want to work with you.
So this is my frustration when it comes to talking to South African artists. South African artists like to behave like the upcoming artists. And when they behave like that, you can see it in everything they do. And
so they don't get out of that mode, is what
they
you're
don't. They
saying?
don't get out of that until a song goes viral. Then they suddenly start changing. It's why were you not planning and thinking like that all along? And that's why I was so stern with you when I met you.
I don't even think there's a mode. I think if you're not surrounded, but if you're influenced by people that are big, they're doing great things, automatically you feel like if you're not leveling up to that standard, you kind of feel like you need to do more. So it's always a thing of, okay, I think I'm still upcoming because I haven't released an album yet. I haven't featured so-and-so, the biggest rapper in the country.
Yeah.
But I think it's just a mentality thing, and maybe it's an individual kind of thought process. But TK would ask me, why have you not done that yet? I will tell him what ideas I have, but because I haven't, I think, made an effort to take that step, then it's you're sleeping on yourself. But you kind of doubt, okay, is it going to be as big as my favorite superstar? Yeah.
Is it not also, sorry TK, is it not also because South Africans are so humble that we've got this humility type of thing where I know I'm big, I know I'm great, I know I'm amazing, but I can't now go and say that out there because what are people going to say? That's not how I was raised, so I will keep to my lane until they tell me that you're amazing, when we should just be saying you're amazing.
What's wrong with being delusional?
I mean, it's not even about being delusional. For example, people ask me, in the morning, they'll greet me, text or whatever, how are you doing? I'm I'm great, I'm awesome. And they're what makes you so awesome? It's 6 o'clock in the morning. I'm I woke up, I'm me. Hi, you just sent me a message. So, therefore, I'm amazing,
Yeah, but that's also you. I mean, outside of this recording, we were having a conversation about the people she's talking to. You want to maybe give clarity as to why you're saying you're great and you're awesome and who you saying it to?
Let's just pull that back with the who I'm saying I'm awesome too, okay? Let's just hold that. There's stuff I'm working on.
We're always working on ourselves, but anyway.
Who said ourselves? I'm fine. I was talking about other people that I'm working on situations here. A situation, I'm trying to get something right, okay? That's it. But I say that because... and I was just telling you before we started that I've been operating on 2 hours of sleep every single day. So I'm not feeling awesome, anything but. But if I say that and the more, and I mean, it's cliched, everybody's saying it, every self-help guru out there is saying it. But the more you say it, it's okay, now let me level up to what I've just said. I'm tired, yes, whatever, but I am awesome. These people are in my space because they also feel that I'm awesome. So therefore, let me just go with that. It's not even pretending, it's not lying or being superficial. It's just you leveling up to who you really are.
I get you. For example, I think maybe in a day, I have like so many mood swings. Recently, at my big age, I think I wrote a WhatsApp status about it. I was like, at my big age, I just realized I can wake up and decide to have a good day. For me, it's a decision kind of thing. Okay, then I decide. Now, the next step is to make it a reality. Because if I already decide that, oh my God, I'm feeling so crap, like everything is, is going to be linked to that thought that I had the moment I woke up from bed. Like everything that I do on a daily basis is psychological before it affects everything else. So
and it's also easy to come back to that. So you woke up, you said it's going to be a great day today. And then you stepped out of your house and then there was just bird poo everywhere and you stepped into it. But then you remember, like I said, it's going to be a great day.
It's the choice. Goes back to the choice.
Go back to the choice. Change my shoes and go. And you keep on coming back to that until the day is done. And then you're like, okay, I made it until tomorrow.
You sound so wholesome. What's YouTube doing to you?
I mean, I'm trying. We're trying to get these branding.
You know, Miss SA applications are like over.
I also cannot be classified or categorized as a miss anywhere. Anywhere.
Speaking of which, maybe we should start there. I wanted to start with the earthquake and get that out the way. I think we've done all the jokes that are on social media. Actually, let's start there. Earthquake. Was there an earthquake in Voice?
Earthquake or tremor? Yeah, there was.
It was 5.0, so it must have been an earthquake. Guys, I didn't feel anything.
There was nothing on my
Why?
side.
I live in
Nothing.
Boksburg,
I
but
was awake.
slept.
Nothing.
I was awake a few minutes before it happened because I woke up from a dream. I can't remember now what I dreamt about.
You guys wake up in
Jesus,
dreams. Yeah,
Zikhona.
dreams wake you up.
Yeah, like, okay, it depends how hectic it is. It must have been a bad dream, though, because I hardly wake up. But I was up, sitting on my bed in the dark, and then I just felt something shake. And I'm like, what the hell's happening? I literally thought something was on top of the roof. Like, I legit thought I was going to die. I know I'm dramatic, guys, but like, I was going to die. I'm like, not now, Jesus. Like, no, I'm not rich yet. Like, yo.
That's the mission. Lord, don't take me. I don't have money.
I don't have
What?
money now.
Forget love. And
Okay. I'll take it back.
And you didn't go the whole African spirituality, somebody's on your roof trying to start something kind of thing.
Nah.
You were fine. You didn't think it was somebody from the north.
No.
Okay.
No.
all you guys who don't live in the East Rand are looking for attention. Because no one in Box was saying, we felt it, we heard it. It's only you guys outside of the epicenter where the earthquake happened is saying, oh, I felt everything.
You guys just
Relax.
have FOMO. Like,
it happened in my town, in my city.
so how come you never felt it? Are
Sleep is nice.
you... No, that sleep is suspicious.
No, I need Indoda must wake up at the slightest tremor of anything. If I'm busy there next to him, he must wake up.
Yes.
If there's a sound, he must wake up. Why were you sleeping?
Why is that important for ladies to have a man that is that alert during, I guess, the most peaceful time of the day where you're sleeping? I've
I'm
heard
not gonna
women
tell
say
you-
that. Why is that a thing? Why is that so important that a man wakes up and, yes, we'll protect him or not, but
Yeah.
like it's we want to make sure that if something is off, you're there to protect me.
Yeah.
If he sleeps through
You
it,
want to
then-
feel safe around your man. Like, why are you sleeping? Like,
Why are you sleeping? Also, I'm a pretty good shot. I probably would try and protect you. It's just my personality. I know I can't. Don't come at me. I know I can't. But I'd probably try and protect you first before I'd allow you to get yourself in danger.
Okay, but you speak as a mother, so that's second
Oh, yeah,
nature
that's
for you.
true. That is true. That is true. But also, I don't want to tell you I want another round. So I'm probably going to nudge you. I'll nudge you in some way, right? And then you must wake up. It's going to be like a very, those ones where we pretend that we're sleeping, but we're not. And then we just sort of do that.
Get
bum
into
thing.
it.
You must wake up.
Poke,
And
poke.
you must know exactly. Poke, exactly. And then you wake up and you do the things. Now, if you don't wake up by a 5.0 Richter
leave that
scale,
man. I'm telling you, you're getting my permission.
why are you there?
kidding,
What's
guys.
your point? What's your purpose in my life?
Guys,
Boksburg is not the most safest place either.
Were you sleeping alone?
no.
So both of you guys didn't feel a thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa, she must leave you.
She must leave.
Don't listen to this.
Please.
These are
We're
lies.
telling you. Girl, please leave him alone.
Do you guys see the video of this lady taking a crap in front of the police?
Oh, shoot.
No.
I thought it's American. It happened like last week. It's South African.
Oh, my.
Like an actual dump.
Yeah. I think it's fair. This would be a good segment to ask, guess what race she is, but I mean, we know who would do this.
That was Lieve Karen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, no, but this was an English one.
Yeah, same. Karen is Karen.
She felt like the police were disturbing her peace.
And
The
then,
police.
They
Okay.
came because she was causing a racket.
Okay, what was the context?
Well, she was making a noise in her house, and the police wanted to settle it, do the whole noise control thing, and the woman flipped out. Why are you guys here? Why are you on my yard? You're invading my space. It's loud. People are complaining. Yeah, and then she did the whole I will call my man thing. We need to stop being called as men, right? We sleep through earthquakes. We at work. We're trying to bring you money. Leave us alone.
no, but we've been
What do you
saying
want to be
that.
called?
So why are you guys now only waking up to that realization?
Oh,
I'm just saying.
okay.
I'm just saying.
Please remember this
Take
day,
sip.
guys. Look at the date this was published and hold her accountable.
I love men. I can actually show you on my phone. Just how much I love men. But let's not go there. I realized how and where I was going with this. Let's not talk about
No,
that.
you can hang yourself. We'll be there to take you down.
Nah. No. I'm going to sleep alone at night. It's winter, guys.
Does a man motivate you?
To do what?
Anything. To what extent does your love go?
Just because you're a man. Like, you have to be a man. Like, be
Like
sure,
indoor.
Like, thank you. Be a man. You see,
What does that mean? Wait, why did you say
No, there's
man?
indoor
Whoa,
and there's
whoa,
a
whoa.
man. You know, there's a
there's
difference.
a difference.
Yeah, there's
right?
a difference.
There's a difference.
Please explain.
It's just a moral thing. Not even that, but
It's
There's a difference, guys, apparently.
no, like when we
Yeah.
say indoor, I mean, like, let me put it this way in my understanding. The confidence. I don't get it, but I love it, man. And I sometimes wish they could just turn it down a notch. But the Xhosa men have that confidence. Like, they shouldn't even be stepping in that confidence.
honey.
But they step and they walk in that confidence. And it's just, that is what makes us, when I say us, I mean me. Don't fight me. But go for them.
So what's funny is the people in the background are nodding, and I'm curious. I wish there was a mic because I want to hear why you're nodding at something like this. And you're Xhosa, so is it the same for you? Are you drawn to your own kind of men?
Yeah. Yep.
Interesting.
Yeah. First guy I ever dated was Xhosa. And then I explored.
And no
'Cause,
one's
you know,
performed better than
The map
outsider?
is big. So
No one in South Africa has performed better. No South African has performed better than Xhosa people, Xhosa men.
no.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow, you're making them so proud right now.
You know what? I know you're listening. But
He's got a name.
I just always go back home, guys. You know, I've explored, but something just draws me to my kind. Indoda Xhosa man, and Yazi is just cut from a different cloth.
It's the way they talk.
Yeah.
How do they speak? That's so unique. And I'm not hating
I
on
feel
you
like they
guys.
also don't feel intimidated.
By anything. When they should be sometimes, but by anything.
Yeah.
They just go out there and get things done.
Hey, I'm not entertaining this conversation further. In other news, the legend Anita Baker has removed Babyface from her lineup because of social media. One, Anita Baker is a bit too old for social media, so I don't think she understands the energy and the speed people move at. And people really wanted Babyface to be part of the lineup, and I think for her ego got in the way. And she's like, wait, this is my concept. That's my name on the thing. Why are you guys talking about Babyface? So she removed Babyface.
That is so petty.
Babyface is okay. He tweeted recently, and he's cool with what's going on. He supports Anita Baker. He just wishes he could be there. It's just sad that social media kind of owned this whole conversation, and I think Anita Baker just wasn't ready to handle that. Which brings me to this: why are parents on social media?
They
Are your
want
parents
to
on social
keep
media?
up with the time. Yeah, I cringe all the time, but unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. Like, I can't take their phones and remove Facebook from
Say,
their
"Stop
phones.
it."
Yeah.
Yeah, but maybe they should stay and stop at Facebook. Like, don't explore Twitter because it's way too fast. You're not going to know what's going on.
But I do feel like there should be parent settings on these apps. I should talk to the developers. You know?
Parent settings,
Hold on,
explain.
guys. Let's
Like you know how some content is like kid friendly and
Yeah.
there's codes and things like that. I feel like there should be. Sometimes I feel like they like etiquette, like sending the wrong emojis.
Yeah.
And I'm not dragging anyone's parents. I'm sure
You're dragging
a
yours,
lot
but
of-
continue.
No. Okay, but yeah, I just feel like sometimes, you didn't have to add that laughing face. It's a serious statement.
Yeah, nothing to do.
Yeah, but
So you're saying when parents sign up, and that's why you pause because you're a parent.
I'm a parent. I'm like, so.
okay.
She's like, hold on, wait a minute. Essentially, you're saying if people would sign up on a platform, you want them to answer yes, I'm a parent. So then the algorithm really goes, okay, we're gonna make sure we put you in a bubble and make sure you don't know what's going on around the world. I don't know. Like, my dad sends me random TikToks, and
The TikTok thing also.
for me, I can tell he's trying to hint at something. Like, just tell me. But
Tell me, yeah.
yeah, it's weird, and I can understand why Anita Baker is the way she is. She didn't grow up in the world of social media. She's used to being the biggest star in the world, and everything gets done for her. Now you're older, people are putting their money and efforts elsewhere. You're basically on your own. You got your little niece, your little daughter, or whoever helping you, but like, she's trying to probably understand the world for herself, and now it looks bad. Because now.
Do you think she wanted to be talked about because she's Anita Baker?
Oh, for sure. Imagine all these legends are getting honored. Tina Turner dies with so much money in the bank. Everyone's got something nice at their old age, and we haven't mentioned that name in years.
Yeah.
Was she on the? Did she do any verses during the pandemic? I don't think she did. I can't think. Did she? I can't remember.
A lot was happening during the pandemic.
But that's why you have a team, though. You don't touch stuff like that. There's no need for you to touch all of that. You have a team, and if you don't like something, talk to somebody, and then they can explain it in a way that you need explanation, but don't touch it.
But someone told her, talk to your followers. And she tried.
And then the followers said, it's about you, don't get him there.
Yeah.
Guys, they all quarter to...
Well, they weren't saying Babyface shouldn't come. They wanted... I don't know if you guys saw Babyface's Tiny Desk performance. Oh, beautiful. And I think that's why people are like, we would love to see this live.
Yeah.
And I guess Anita Baker wants to get her flowers before she goes. So maybe it's that. Like, you guys can't celebrate the lineup I booked. It's my name on the thing.
Then why did you get people to feature on your lineup in the first place? Obviously, she wasn't going to get randoms.
Yeah.
I mean, also, if you've been in the scene, like, you can't now put people on the lineup because you feel like, they'll get less attention than you. Because then it's, I don't know, it defeats the whole purpose. Why don't you just do a one-man show then? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also at that point in your life, you get tired, man. You get tired quickly. You need a distraction. Like, you need people to do stuff around you where you come, you do your thing, you're great, you're amazing, and, we love you for it. But also you've proved yourself. So what are you trying to do now?
I think when someone's used to the idea of being celebrated a lot, it becomes very hard to experience not being celebrated anymore. Like, it's Beyonce's time now. It's Janelle, whoever name it. It's their time. Just let them have their time. Yeah. And maybe she's trying to learn that. Like, you're not the person spoken about anymore. You got to just deal with the fact that you are history.
Also, it's
Are you
very
ready for that?
That should be in a documentary, like interviewing, living legends. Well, obviously they don't have to worry about not being liked anymore because if you're legendary like Mariah Carey, I think you'd be unbothered. But no one really touches on that topic when you used to be hot and happening. I think nowadays we just call it one-hit wonders or whatever you want to call it. But, for example, remember Babes Wodumo? She was like popping, before we got Chokamo Mpelas, doing the thing. I want to hear about their experience in terms of like now. How does it feel like seeing other younger artists, coming up, doing what you used to do as well? Do you kind of feel like there's no space? I do feel like there's space for everyone though, but there's just a thing of, oh, now they don't like me anymore. Now they're following her. And it kind of feels like you've lost your shine in a way.
Are you ready for... Sorry.
Yeah.
You can go.
No, I just wanted to find out, like, I wonder how you recover from that, if it's even something that deep to recover from.
Are you ready for that arc of an artist? Because I think everything... It's not a principle, but I think everything kind of has an arc, even careers, even limelights, even spotlights. There's an arc that everyone has to go through. And are you ready for that experience? Because you're going to reach some pinnacle and it's going to feel good. And I think a lot of people think the pinnacle is there forever, and it's never there forever. It could be there for 10 minutes, it could be there for 10 decades, but it's going to go down eventually. And for you, who's an artist, are you ready for that? I don't know. I don't think artists get prepared for that. They just
you kind of just get in the moment. Life just kind of throws you in there. But I think as your career progresses, you kind of get a taste of that. For example, I used to enter music competitions, right? And then you kind of enter just for fun in the beginning, right? And then it just, all of a sudden it gets personal. Now you want number one, I remember when I was on this other singing competition and I made it to top 16. And the next...
This is how media trained she is. Like, continue. I'm not going to mention names, but I'll tell you, I was in the top 16 of some music.
The next round, right? Well, I had to be voted into the next round, meaning that I was going to make it to the top 8. I never made it to... So imagine, out of the 16 of us, 8 of us were chopped out of the competition. Like, it felt like a plug was just pulled, just like that.
So during that time, you feeling the love from the people outside of the show?
Yes.
Is this happening live time, or is this...
So the shows prior to that were kind of like pre-recorded in the studios, and they'd play at a certain time, But this round felt so exciting because it was a live performance. Your family gets to watch you live. And then it just kind of stopped. After that, so immediately you feel like, what? I thought I was good. You were cheering for me just last week, and now you didn't vote for me. Now you have so many questions.
Okay.
Did my talent suddenly decline? Like, what did I do wrong? So I think when I get there, God forbid I don't get there, but if it does happen, I will have known how to handle myself. I will have known to have more compassion towards myself, knowing that it's a journey. It's not a linear journey. It will get rocky. Even now, I have peers in the industry that are doing amazing things. But I have to tell myself that, okay, it's their journey. It's not your journey. Don't compare yourself. Okay, now must I all of a sudden record songs like, my counterparts? It's just a lot of help me here. It's just kind of knowing what you're here to do. Because if you start looking at what everyone else is doing around you, So if I get there, I don't know. I hope I don't crumble, but at least I think I have equipped myself mentally to know how to take on that.
I've never actually thought about that. The people who are in the top 10, the top 5s, the top 8s, top 16, like what's that feeling like? Because you're feeling a whole nation go, this person might be the dream. And then, like you said, out of nowhere, it goes quiet.
Yeah.
And then maybe only months later, people remember, oh yeah, there was that person. I didn't was that like a whole mental
It was. I remember on camera, I'm like, oh, thank you guys, enjoyed this experience. Backstage, we were not okay. We were not okay, the 8 of us.
Take us backstage. Hold on. We still, there's a lot of news we need to get through, but I'm curious now.
Oh, no, a lot happens backstage, guys.
So they say you didn't make it. Do you know beforehand that you didn't make it?
No,
or you find it there on the stage?
You find out, you find out there. So what happens is you perform.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember how it actually happened. And then I think after a week, and then viewers are given like a few days to keep voting, and you have to campaign for yourself, do the whole social media thing, and it's exciting,
Is the responsibility that you have to do social media stuff?
You have to.
That's contractual.
You have to keep engaging. Yes, but
that's free marketing. But anyway,
I know. You just have to keep asking people to vote for you. I'm like, I hated it because I'm just like I'm begging for your love. That's how it felt like, you know. But then, so now the following show, then they announced the results, and then it didn't happen.
So can I ask you, now that it's years gone, what did it feel like when your name wasn't mentioned, when you got knocked out? Like now that you've processed it, are you able to go, oh no, like this is what it really felt like when I realized I didn't make it?
I know when I've done great performance, whether it's on stage or wherever, something that I feel good about, there's a certain level of confidence I feel. I knocked this out the park. If I'm writing an exam, definitely passing this, right? But that time, I was like, everyone was talented, you know, in their own special ways. But man, I felt so good about that performance. The message behind that song that I performed, I just took a pop song and I made it me, you know. I felt like I ticked a lot of boxes, right? And I was the only girl left in the judges' team because we were grouped into teams, right? And then I just received the news and I'm like, what? I was like, okay, cool. Guess I didn't get enough votes. So that's how I told myself. That's what I told myself, sorry. You know, that, okay, maybe if I could have just received 5 more votes, maybe I would have gone through. I tried so hard not to beat myself up. But then a few moments later, something great else happened. I got approached by a label exec and they wanted to sign me. That happened moments after I was voted off.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
So out of that, has that changed how you handle rejection?
It still feels like, you know, no one likes rejection.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think I've changed my perspective in terms of handling that.
It was like a necessary evil, right? Like heartbreak.
Yeah, but also why do we have to go through that stuff to kind of know how to handle things?
I still feel like that stuff's necessary. I feel like necessary evils are necessary. Like you have to know what it's like to have a broken heart. You have to know what it's like to lose a game. You gotta know the lows of life so you can really enjoy the highs of life. If you only know highs, you'll never appreciate it.
Yeah. But still.
Imagine
having such a happy life and you get asked when was the happiest point of your life. You won't know. You have nothing to base it off of.
No, people ask me what's my favorite genre of music, and I'm like, you can't ask me that. I like everything, well, almost everything. So it works the same way for me. I don't need to feel the pain all the darn time.
But the best R&B songs come out of heartbreak.
Yeah.
Sam Smith's albums, his last 2 albums, are brilliant. And it stems off of pain. He made heartbreak sound so fun.
I haven't listened to Sam Smith since before they were a them.
Okay. Happy Pride Month, everybody. In other news, Clive Barker passes away. It's a dry turn, but I had to.
It's hot in here.
Oh, okay. Clive Barker passes away, but I feel like I'm saying this to the wrong I'm saying this to the wrong group because you guys don't.
Excuse me.
Like soccer. I don't like soccer.
For a man, I learned everything there was that I needed to know about soccer. I went to stadiums. I sat in the cheap seats.
Oh wow.
For a man, so yes.
I'm not the girl, unfortunately.
What would you do for a man?
I know the cute ones. What would I do for a man?
Yeah, like in light of that, like she went to soccer games, were you trying to understand him or the game?
I was trying to I don't want to say support in what he enjoyed doing, but you know how you compromise, right? Mm-hmm. So you might like the arts and he might like sport. And then he comes to your shows and whatever. He cannot stand the entire thing, but he comes just for you. And then you go to his sport, whatever it is, just for him. So for me, it wasn't really about who's playing where and where we are in the log no, it was just so that, he could be happy a little bit.
You could kill his harm.
I'd go there for the vibe because I wouldn't know what's happening.
People are puking all over you in South Africa. It's not like European.
Obviously, I know
South
what
Africa.
A goal is, TK. Duh.
As long as you're cheering for the right team at the right time.
Next, please.
public protector is spilling the tea. She's basically talking about how the president is basically implicated in a lot of crimes, and this is why the last MP who died. She's essentially saying this is not an accident, and this is to try. I'm assuming the agenda is to get her position back, and I would believe Twitter loves her now because she's speaking about how bad corruption's gotten. But now it's like there's no way you can say this on camera and be alive.
Yeah.
They're gonna blackball you hard because you're not just messing with the president's money, you're messing with the Rupert's money.
First of all, she mustn't trust, and I love Sauda, but don't trust South Africans. Like, we're going to be there on
one day they'll be...
Speak your truth, ma'am. You just do your thing. And then she speaks her truth. And then when they come forward, they're like, everybody to their own, you know, kind
in her
of
press
thing.
briefing, she dropped voice notes. Well, clips.
How do I say this without becoming unalived soon? You don't do that. You know, we all know, like, South Africa knows. I was having a conversation with somebody, I can't remember, there's a lot going on here, but I was having a conversation with somebody about the strikes that we're having, right? And it's the Eldorado Park, and I can't remember that other place. Shame he was cute, the guy I was talking to, but now I can't even remember who he was. Anyway, he was making like proper facts. And he said, we know who the gangsters are, but we don't... Oh, I remember him now. Shoot. Okay.
Did he say this on TV or to you?
No, to me.
Okay.
But he's somebody significant, like very significant to me. So that was like, I'm old with my memory. He'll forgive me. Anyway.
Intlantlalax, guys.
So we were talking about how we know who the gangsters are. We know who the rapists are. We know all of this stuff. But we only report when it's beneficial to us. So when it's my husband, you know, committing all of the heists and the crime and everything, I'm not going to say anything because money, right? Okay. Status, whatever. But when somebody else's, whoever across the road commits a crime, because it's affecting my little bubble and my peace, now I want to, you know, say something about it. So it's the same thing like with South Africa. We know exactly what is going on. We may not know the details, but we know who is who in the zoo. And but we're not saying anything because it's working for us, you know. So all the Caucasians that know what's happening and aren't doing anything, it's because it's working for a certain group. Yeah. You know, the black people, they're waiting. So there's some people that are even waiting for, I know my turn is going to come and I'm going to get this tender or get this whatever. So I'll just wait. I'm going to keep quiet. I'm going to behave. You receive, you move on. So everybody is in something. So I think she made peace with whatever would happen after releasing all of this stuff. But...
Well, she can't die now.
What?
Says who?
I mean, it's out.
It doesn't
if
have
she
to
dies
be
now,
like
everyone's
a
going to go,
hit.
oh, she was right.
It doesn't have to be a hit. She can just get sick.
Why does someone have to die also to be respected? Not really respected, but why must there be an RIP so-and-so?
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like people are not appreciated enough, just in general, even if it's not a public figure. And I'm not like, speaking, obviously, I'm not dead, but it's like, why don't we celebrate people enough, you know, while they're alive even if it's a family member? It doesn't have to be someone famous. But I'm not saying that it doesn't mean anything, you know, once we've already buried those people. But I think it's more impactful if, you know, someone passes away knowing how people felt about them, or if whatever they did for someone else actually meant something. And I actually wanted to actually start a podcast. I'm not saying I want to take your spotlight, but like...
My word, okay, yeah.
I wanted to, like, I had this idea, right? Because it's not taught in schools, it's not in the syllabus or anything like that. People don't know how to approach situations that challenge them mentally outside of their circles or outside of things that they've conformed to. You meet someone of a different race that obviously say doesn't eat after 12 o'clock or whatever, you judge them because a group of you guys go eat lunch at a certain spot or whatever. You guys all work together. How do we make the environment cohesive? How do we make it healthy? What are the conversations that we have with people that are different from us? You know, all we want to do is drag people. All we want to do is make memes of people, because obviously it's funny. It's a training thing. We want to be entertained. But yeah, it's just, I feel like it's just something that we should encourage.
Oh, definitely.
You know? Yeah.
I think we're in our heads too much. In our own worlds too much.
True.
With what you were saying as to why we celebrate people only after they're gone, what I've realized is it's because, and also because of the generation that we're in, the times that we are in now, it's all about you. It's not about the person that passed. It's not about their family. It's about you. The hashtag that you can create, you know, the collage that you have now designed and put up and all of that stuff. So you couldn't have cared less about Tina Turner. But now all of a Sunday, now we are. And I mean, it's always great to remember the person, right? But I realize that it's always about the person that's posting. It's never about, because now if I tell you that, you know what, I love your music, you know, I tell you I love your music, I love everything about you, nobody's seeing me. You might just say thank you and move on. You're not going to post it and say that, hey, Ellen came and she said, you know, so I really appreciate it. You receive it and you move on. And that's the whole point of it, right? I meant it for a person of one.
Yes.
So now when somebody passes on, I open all of that up to get the attention, you know, and RIP whoever, and hashtag save whoever, and whatever. But before all of this is happening, you couldn't care less. You're in your own little bubble. So if perhaps we change the way that we think and we become less self-centered, it would be better to then, you know, tell the people when they're alive that, look, Miss Anita Baker, you're fine by yourself, you know, but we would love to see, you know, artists all come together and celebrate you on that stage, because in effect they're celebrating her, right? But now we're waiting for her to like take her last, and then only do we start, only because I want it to be about me.
Guys, I don't know what's going on. Everyone's trying to be wholesome today. That time,
Bring
you guys
her.
are probably watching this. Oh, it's Youth Day.
Bring her.
So you're at home drinking and drinking and watching. I hope you're day drinking and having fun. Okay, Miss SA Top 12. Files come out. So she was a bully in high school.
Who?
Miss SA, the Miss SA Top 12 finalist, and people came out within her, whatever high school she went to, saying she was a bully. And I'm assuming for people who are victims, I can kind of sympathize and understand why you'd want someone to be disqualified. But at the same time, statute of limitations. At the same time, people changing, growing up. Like when is it okay to go, guys, we all were victims and we were victims of this person's bullying, but maybe she's a better person. I'm not saying she must stay in. I don't know the full story. I don't know who she was, but we kind of like that space and grace for people to change and be better. We don't know if she's better now, but they're saying pull her out.
Remember that race chat that you get very, very touched every single time we bring it up as to what must happen for somebody who's racist? Same. Don't you think? I mean, this comes down now to the whole parenting thing, and I mean, we shouldn't always blame the parents, but this started way back, right? And then now all of a sudden you decided that in order for me to get to that position, let me, you know, move in this way, and Miss SA is one of the ways that I need to move, right? It's inhuman. It takes so much to be so hateful towards other people. You don't just vumbuga one day and you mean, you know. It takes a lot, and it's either coming from a place of pain, which then she must come out then and say, okay, look, I was harassed, I was traumatized as a child, blah blah whatever, or she's just a mean person. And then
you can't come out and say, guys, I was traumatized. Now, if you do it now, you're doing it for the votes.
No, I mean, you are doing it for the votes, but at the same time, there's so many other children who don't know how to verbalize what they are feeling. right? So they act out in whichever way, and they are aggressive and whatever. It's only because of what's happening at home, a situation that they're going through. They're not normally that way. So if you can say that, look, yes, that was me, but and without releasing my confidential files, this is the psychologist I was seeing to get through whatever it was that I was going through. So I'm no longer that type of person. Maybe, just maybe, she could be, you know, Miss SA, and then...
That's not happening now. It's done.
Has she
Miss
qualified already?
I don't think so, but Miss SA will not want to attach themselves to anything that makes them, that could have the possibility of them looking bad. As small as bullying. Well, bullying is not a small issue.
Yeah.
So they'll probably do their best to go, oh, we don't encourage bullying and violence. And I mean, I don't know, there's still no ground to take out, but I can see them being that petty to go, well, we don't encourage this behavior. And that's why I wanted to ask, at what point is it okay to go, there's a possibility you're not the same person? And that's in every kind of flawed and messy people we get to experience or encounter or become.
Yeah.
Whether you are the unfaithful person, whether you are the abuser, whether you're the bully, whether you're the criminal, or whatever position that someone may find themselves in. At what point do we go, it's okay to evolve, let's maybe look at them with a different lens? I don't think people have that ability. I think we choose to not look at people and go, there's a possibility of change.
I don't know, don't believe everything you see on social media. How people portray themselves. People want to be viewed how they actually put themselves out there, you know. I think the best people who'd be able to answer this or actually vouch for her are people that are close to her. And they need to be honest, you know, about who she's become, you know, from way back. I mean, you can't tell me that old people can't notice how a child behaves. Like, I didn't know my child was a bully.
Can you imagine how bad those videos are going to look? Guys, she's not a bully anymore. She's got 3 black friends. This is not racism.
But I mean, yeah, obviously that's what they're going to say. I mean, you know.
Come on, look at her friends, and it's like 5 men. What?
Because anything she says now, it will seem like, you know, she wants to be forgiven. She wants people to sympathize with her. And I'm not taking away from what you said about maybe the way she was raised or the things that she was dealing with as a kid, and the only outlet that she had was, you know, her peers at school.
Yeah.
Because that's where she spends most of her time, right? I mean, you can't be cheeky to your parents. I mean, I think in black households you can't do that, or you'll get a spank. But I don't know how other kids are raised, but it's like, okay, here's someone I feel like I'm bigger than, you know, however you view that, whether it's physical or, you know. And now... I don't know. We also don't want to take the victim's side in such a way that, why are you only saying that now because she's doing great things? Because there are people like that. There are people in our communities. Guys, as black people, we need to be honest with ourselves. Like, let's say your family has always, you know, been the family in your community. And then when they get that chance to put you guys down, and, okay, TK was just voted as, you know, top what at the podcast awards. I'm making an example. And then people still have that grudge. Old people are weird. You know, they'll take it out on an innocent kid. There's just a lot of things that we need to look at. I mean, it's so easy as a public figure for your laundry to be aired out for everyone to see. Everyone has a dark side. And I'm not promoting that because it's bad. I mean, at some point in your life, you need to make a change, you know. But it's like, what is the likelihood of your stuff being put out there, you know, if no one knows you?
So if you guys were on the panel, are you keeping her as one of the finalists, or are you taking her out for branding reasons?
I'm taking her out because I was a victim of bullying.
Really? Is that your reason, though?
I mean, obviously, that's how I'm reacting.
I also want to know what you guys would do at home.
Okay. So most of the time, I react based on emotions before I apply logic. But then I'd go home and sit on the topic and kind of weigh all the other options. But if you are on the panel and you want to put out a positive message, you know, other kids now will start not wanting to enter the competition because anyone can do this. It kind of it's I don't know. Maybe that's just my opinion. I mean, I've never entered any beauty pageant before. But we don't want it to be a thing of the whole country is now promoting bullying, etc., etc.
But then they wouldn't be promoting bullying, right? Like if you're there by merit, you're there by merit. And I'm not saying this principle applies to everything, but I mean, if you're in high school at 18, you matriculated at 18, you enter Miss SA at 22, 23, surely 5 years.
But there are certain values that Miss SA has to kind of,
Well, they're not asking her. They're not asking anyone. Did you bully people in high school?
She's not going to say that. If I murdered someone, I'm not going to say that.
Ooh.
Are you taking her out if you're on the panel, or are you keeping her there?
I don't condone, obviously, that's what everybody's going to say. We don't condone bullying in any way. But also it makes me then, I would, right? Because of the fact that she's got to go to high schools and she's got to go and shake hands and kiss babies, right? So on that, I'd take her out. But then now I'm just thinking of how it comes back to cancel culture and the fact that you can never, ever come back from this. Like once you're out, you're out. We don't give you a second chance. You're not allowed to be human. You must be perfect. And then you need to be our level of perfect, So it just doesn't like sit right. Obviously, it's bullying. But also, when does this person get a second chance? Was it in primary school and then she changed her ways and whatever? Maybe then we can have a look at it. Maybe this is her way of karma, It finally came back and she had to wait that long for something that was there, tangible. She could see it, she could smell it, and then it was taken away. And then she's reminded of the fact that you can't be a mean person, And then your children must also be brought up in the right way because there's consequences down the line. It doesn't matter how long it takes. Yeah. There's consequences and, you've got to pay up for that. So I'm sort of like in between the two where, because also I've got children and they mess up and you tell them not to do this today and then tomorrow they do the very same thing that you told them not to do yesterday, But you've got to have grace for that. And I'm not going to cancel them just because they're being human, There's stuff that you can't do, but then also there's stuff that you can learn and grow from. So,
young parents out there, please, if you got kids, well, that's so redundant. Young parents out there,
young parents out there,
please do a skit on. Please do a skit on this, like how cancel culture would work as parents. I think that would be hilarious to see how parents would cancel their own kids.
My kids cancel me every day.
For what? What do you do?
What does that even look like if you're living in the same house?
Like they tell me that you're not that, you're not that cool. Like you babe, sit down.
Stop trying hard.
Like, don't try so hard, I was just thinking when you were talking about the social media and how we need to be like refrain from social media. My daughter I saw has, and I mean she's old enough, but I don't want her to have Instagram because it's a mess, And now I saw she's got Instagram and I try not to pry and look and stuff. But now I'm that parent that could be like not so cool if I tell her like get off there. But like,
do you think it's a challenge not trying to be a cool mom because I mean there's no such thing, right? But trying to be a friend, but there's a line. Like I'm not your friend, but like I want you to be comfortable with me. But also you must remember I'm your parent. Like, how does that look like on a daily as a parent? How do you?
It's time, right? So there's a big gap between my first and my last. And my first now is my best friend. So she's 20 this year, and so now we best friends. So she dresses me, she, puts input, and then if I say, okay, I'm going on a date, she wants to know, what he's like, and she's like, don't mess it up this time. Do not mess it up. That's my daughter. And then I've got my son who is now 13 this year, and the problem is he's very tall. So the only thing is I've got to seat him down first before I shout at him.
Imagine.
I've got to. I was actually telling this guy said, why are you so fixated on height? And I said, because my son is very tall. I can't go out with a man who's shorter than my son because I mean, it doesn't make sense. You know, it's weird. So it's just the dynamics between the two children. You take your time. There's a season for everything, and we aren't perfect. We mess up. I mess up daily, but they are still alive, and they are fed, and they are fine. That is how I live.
And they are loved.
Yeah, you're loved. I feed you. You've got a roof over your head. Shut up. Okay?
I'm such a parent.
Shut the hell up. Okay? That's all I can
I
give
do
you.
everything for you.
Everything. Shut up.
You will respect me.
And then they don't.
Okay, you guys are having too much fun here. We got like 10 minutes left. Which one do I want to do first? Oh yes, the wedding. So there's a wedding where
Phone.
No, they were serving KFC to everyone who attended the wedding, and people who attended are upset, saying this is not right. Who are you to say it's not right?
Did those people get married first? Like, have they been through the stresses of a wedding? Not even a marriage.
You're talking about the attendees?
The attendees. Yeah. So, if I and believe you me, my first marriage, my first marriage as if I've been through this. No,
Girl, talk your talk.
It's just once. Just once. The first time I really
my
wanted
experience of many marriages.
Of
Many men.
That's the part. That's the many men. I don't care about the marriages. It's just the men. I promise I'm a good girl. Okay. So what I'm trying to say is, the first wedding, I wanted it to be perfect, right? It had to be perfect. The cake had to be, and whatever. And then tomorrow, in the bright of day, you realize how that all didn't matter, number one. Number two, financially, no matter if you saved for it or you got yourself into debt for it, all of that didn't matter. It wasn't for you. Just like your death, it's obviously not for the person in the coffin. It's for everybody else, right? So if I ever get to do this again, it will be on my terms. And if I serve you KFC, that is what you're going to get, right? I don't want to be in debt afterwards. I actually want to enjoy my day. So if I want to rock up in shorts and a T-shirt and say, guys, come and celebrate with us, you better shut your ugly, dirty mouth and come, or just stay at home, you know? People are just way too entitled over things that don't concern them. So I think we should just forget about what happens on social media and whatever. Do what makes you happy, and that's it. I told my kids, like my daughter said, should you pass away, can I wear like sneakers? Do I have to wear a skirt and heels? So I was like, baby girl, dress up in the most beautiful way, dress up in black with your sneakers. I couldn't care less. And she's like, okay, shot. That's it. And that's all that matters.
I think my character flaw is I'm just a person of grand gestures, doing things in the grandest way possible, whether it's celebrating someone or whatever. And I tend to forget that people are not different. Also, it doesn't mean you love me less because you don't take me out as much as I take you out, etc., etc. So if I'm throwing something, even if it's a birthday party, I turned 30 this year. I'd planned to go on an island trip with my friends. And then things happened and I had to prepare for a show that I had to finance as well, you know. So now I was like, oh, damn, I already promised my friends, you know, we're going to go to this island, blah, blah, blah. Now I'm putting so much pressure on myself because I'm thinking they're going to be bummed, but they're more excited about the new venture, you know. So going back to the waiting thing, if I get there and I get served a streetwise tour with Pap, making an example, I'd be like, yo, I was going to put out a buffet. Like, that would be me. Like, why would you do me like that, bro? You know, but yeah, it's just something I have to unlearn, you know, that just, you know, accept that people are different, you know. It doesn't mean because someone is putting 2 rand and you're putting 20 rand that it doesn't come from a good place. Also, it's not about you all the time, Zikhona. You know, it's just conversations that someone just needs to have with themselves.
I mean, I guess this could have been prevented because in the video that's out there, and you've probably seen this somewhere, they coming out in their packets. Yeah. And I feel like if it was just ditched, maybe people would
It would've-
have said nothing.
Yeah.
And I think at the same time, I feel sorry for the people who got married, because the people you love or the people you said should come celebrate with you are going, let me take this to social media.
Oh, man.
And that's what's scary. Like, that's
Yeah.
your circle. These are people that you love, trust,
They must have
and some
heard.
of them are probably family members. And now it's like,
Yeah.
there should be some responsibility, to say the least, to kind of protect the person you're celebrating. And if you don't know how to do that as a friend, why are you even there?
Yeah.
There's always drama. Weddings, funerals. You know what? Let me keep quiet.
Trust blacks.
Yo, I can't even.
Yo.
Like, yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's wrap this up. Tyler Perry now owns BET. Brilliant move. Brilliant move.
I'm a fan.
Does this mean if you're watching BET now you must watch all of his shows?
No.
Because
But we watched. all
no,
of his
don't
shows.
we?
You never watched any
You
Tyler
never
Perry
watched
movies?
nothing.
I watched
anything.
I watched like 2 of his movies, and it's like, we're never doing this again. And I'm at Tyler Perry. If he's seeing this, I want to job shadow you and be mentored by you. But the movies are trash.
Which one did you watch?
I've watched his stage plays. His stage plays are good.
Okay.
The movies there's not a single movie that's good. Acrimony creates great conversation. Shot terribly.
Okay.
Taraji was good, but I feel like it should have been someone else, not Taraji.
What about the Medea?
Delete all of Medea. Delete the
Medea's.
entire catalog. The entire thing. Remove it.
I feel that way. Who's the South African guy that does slapstick comedy?
Half of them. Go.
Hi, man. Movies, I mean. The guy that has...
Leon Schuster.
Yes. That's how I feel about Leon Schuster now. But let me tell you, during his prime, it was me and Zulu on my stoop all the damn
You were
time.
enjoying the content.
I was
Mama
enjoying-
Jack.
I mean, we were all there. So with Medea, it's there's an audience for that. My daughter once suggested that we watch, I don't know, one of Tyler Perry's something of... I was like, no, I can't do that. And I had watched all of the Medea ones, and I enjoyed them. But then they got tired, and I grew up, Or I grew out of it. Let me not say I grew up as if it's... I just grew out of it, and it was no longer for me. But his other movies, I can watch. Sometimes I watch him, and I'm like, you shouldn't have been in this. This was not for you. You didn't need to act here. So if he plays all of his stuff there, as long as there's other stuff, why would you care?
I think his main thing is also appealing to Black people, Black communities. It's also about the strong message that his movies put out.
Yeah.
More than anything, he might not cast the best people or get the best writers, et cetera, et cetera. I don't know much about film, but
He is the writer.
oh yeah, he is the main actor. He is the everything.
Wouldn't you? Because wouldn't you? This is my show. This is my house.
For someone who aspires to be a filmmaker, I love the work ethic, but as a consumer now, I'm watching from the other side and I'm going, this is too much. Why not just get the guys who can do it well? You have enough money to do that.
There's a movie that he had about way back when. I don't know if it was in Alabama. I forgot the name of the movie. And it was about a black man who fell in love with a woman who was of mixed race, and she, that's the narrative, right? Cool. And he talked about how he had that movie in his pocket since, like, before Medea days. That's how long he had that movie. I really, really enjoyed it. He wasn't in there. It wasn't the usual suspects that you'd find in his artwork. And I really, really enjoyed it. But he had to wait that long to let it out because it just wasn't time as yet. So now, in watching that, I know that he can release so much more. Yeah. It's just that the Medea franchise has a market still. So you can, money... So I'm going to continue. You keep on with that, but then now you've got the freedom and the resources to do what you really, really, really want.
Yeah, I just want to hear the business conversation, but we've reached the hour, so I just want to cover this last topic and then, 2 more things. Okay, so Grammys have released a new category, Best African Performance, which includes Amapiano and whatever other Afrobeat and that also comes with it.
Oh.
I don't like that idea.
Why?
Because I think I had this conversation with Calvin in one of the episodes. as Africans, we shouldn't be fighting to be included in a story that's not ours to tell or write. We're so big, we should be writing our own story. We don't need to be recognized. They're trying to recognize everything about us.
That's how we've always operated, guys.
Why are we still behaving like this? Why is it a celebration to go, oh, you see us? Why are we trying to be seen? We see each other. That's enough.
It kind of feels like we've been programmed. It's like playing overseas. Oh, that would be, making it.
That's the standard.
Doing a song with Chris Brown. Oh, that would complete my career type of thing. So anything outside of the country, I don't know, it kind of feels like whatever we do locally is still underappreciated, and unfortunately it will be like that because now people thought Amapiano wouldn't last long, and now, our Amapiano artists get to play in the UK and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And now because it's recognized internationally,
listen, I love
the masses are going to love that it's included in the Grammys.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie.
I love the fact to a degree that it's included, but I don't think it should be the milestone. Generally, any award at this point, because I think we've all given up on how these award shows function. I just don't think it should be anything worth batting an eye at. Like, if you do get nominated, cool. It would be so dope if everyone who's nominated for that category says, we got our own award show. Thank you. I would love that.
Also,
not South Africans.
South African Hip Hop Awards. Right? Nobody's asking for South African Hip Hop Awards that side. I mean, we're great, we're good, sharp. But nobody's asking for us outside, as in the Grammys and all of that stuff. They aren't recognizing. So perhaps this is a genre that, because of its greatness,
it's currently dominating now.
It's dominating. And now we can see that we aren't looking at them as the standard. We're just saying that, this is how good we are, not to them, but to our peers here, that your R&Bs, your hip-hop and whatever, let's all step up so that we don't have to care about that anymore. So now we continuously have to reach that standard just so that everybody else can see, that we need to.
Which brings me to why I like what you're doing. You're working on your event. And this actually comes full circle because I don't know if for me, this is how I remember the story in my head.
Yeah.
I asked you, why you're not booking yourself? I think the first thing was, why are you waiting for bookings? Why aren't you booking yourself? You are the event. Create your own event. You'll build your community like that. And then now you do.
And then Cozy was born.
Yeah. You did 2 sold out events. Oh, guys, you should listen to the story. It's actually pretty good.
That was pre-pandemic days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But once again, it's that whole conversation. We shouldn't be fighting to be included in someone else's story that's not ours to write. We have our own story to write.
Yeah.
So you want to tell us about the event that's happening?
Yeah, I'm performing in my hometown, Makanda, formerly known as Grahamstown in Eastern Cape. My people are excited. I'm performing there for the first time on the National Arts Festival stage with my band. I founded a company called Cozy Entertainment. Like TK was saying, before that, we started an event called Cozy Sessions. We used to run it. Oh, it's so funny because I feel like we kind of winged our way up there and it actually worked. Because you know what's funny? I don't want to sound cliche. Everyone I was working with, including him, we all believed in the vision. Yeah. And that's all that it took. And then suddenly artists were keen to come and perform. Oh my God, when is the next session? And then obviously COVID happened. And because we were operating at restaurants, public areas that sold alcohol, involved a lot of people being together, it kind of had to stop. So it was a long pause. And I didn't know how to get back in there. And then a lot of stuff happened. There were a lot of new artists. People just started coming to light during lockdown. People started releasing their own songs. There was just a lot of creativity booming. It was also some time for me to reflect and write a lot of songs in that space. And then, fast forward years later, I was like, how about I just do this, all the time? Yeah. And then the struggle was just always finding a venue. I would always depend on people accepting my pitch. And I think that's what contributed to the fact that I was demotivated most of the time, because they'd say, no, et cetera, we can't pay you, for example, or we can't this. And I wouldn't mind saying, I'll do it for free, as long as I host the show. But fast forward, I'm hosting this event. I'm going to perform for 4 consecutive days with a live band and featuring my former high school choir, VGHS, which is exciting because I used to lead the choir back in the day. So full circle moment. I mean, I'm excited. Tickets are still on sale, guys. Please support the girl.
Where do they get tickets?
On the National Arts Festival website. Just look for A Cozy Experience with Zikhona. Tickets are only $120. I know y'all can afford that.
That's dope. That's pretty dope.
But thanks.
Thank you for coming. Before we wrap this up, would you rather live with bad sex for the rest of your life or with a bad kisser for the rest of your life?
Bad what?
Bad what?
Bad sex for the rest of your life or a bad kisser for the rest of your life?
Bad kisser.
A bad kisser.
Yeah.
You can avoid that.
No compromising there.
Why?
Imagine.
Kissing's nice, guys.
And then what? And then what?
You endure.
Ah.
God, they're even laughing at you.
I have spoken about this so many times that the first stroke sets the tone for the entire session. If you can't get the first stroke right, if you haven't moved,
It's like a love at first sight thing.
Okay,
First
this is
stroke.
where I need to interrupt you because I'm going to speed this up.
Yeah.
The first stroke may matter, but you do realize if the kiss doesn't go in, he's not going in
I
because
don't
you're going
need
to stop
kiss
him.
you.
Doesn't have to be a kiss.
We don't have to kiss
What
at all.
hookup have you been in where you don't kiss?
A lot. I just said that I've.
It could be a kiss on the neck.
Ooh, wee. Wow. I didn't. I'm sorry. Damn.
Does this show have a PG rating?
I mean, I guess it's 18 now today.
Okay.
Okay, so you're choosing a bad kiss for the rest of your life.
Yeah, I'm not going to subject myself to bad sex.
As you guys have heard, she's okay with not kissing. She just wants to make sure the action works.
Baby, you know.
And your choice?
Me too. Bad kissing. I'm not okay. I can't teach you how to kiss, but I can try. But you can't teach someone to have good sex.
Yes, you can.
No.
That first stroke has nothing to do with me, but everything to do with you. And if it does not do anything to me, okay? If it doesn't move me, if it doesn't elicit some sort of sound, if it doesn't make me release a sound, as the church folks say, if it does not make me release a sound, let's shut it down. Let's put on our clothes.
It's
and
been
go and have
good.
some coffee.
It's been good.
Let's just
This is why I disagree with you, ladies. I feel like the kiss sets the tone. It's not the stroke. The stroke of
For me, even the conversation sets the tone. Your level of intellect. For me, oh God, I'm such a. What do you call those people? Is it a demisexual person who gets attracted to person intellectually? Like for me, it could be conversation. It could be you making me laugh, for example. I'm like, oh my God, it's such a turn on. You know, you don't have to physically hold me for me to get aroused. And maybe I'm built differently.
Yeah, but you can't skip the kissing stage to well, she did. But you can't keep the
I'll
kissing
forgive
stage
you.
to sex.
By that time, if I'm already sold, I'll forgive you for kissing me badly. But if your strokes,
a whack.
So I would choose. I would choose. No, can't choose bad sex.
exactly.
There we go.
But kissing's so nice. I guess I'll deal with a bad kisser for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Good luck.
That's the evil I would live with. It's been good. Ellen, take us home.
Guys, thank you so much. Zikhona, thank you so much for coming. TK, thank you so much for trusting me that I behaved this time. Anyway, episode 8, guys, thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, subscribe. That's how we do it. And join us next week, same time, same place, every Friday before the weekend.
Happy Youth Day to all you 80-year-olds.